Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Chucky Project. And today we're going to talk about and show the re edit of the torture scene. Now, in Cult of Chucky, the torture scene comes before the credits even start. The way the original movie starts is with the date that Andy is on. He's on a date, and then he goes home and Chucky's head is there, and he takes out the torch, and he tortures Chucky, and then the credits hit. Now, if you saw one of my earlier videos, you saw that I'm not going to have that as the opening. Instead, it's going to be the post credit from Curse of Chucky, which is when Andy shoots Chucky in the face. Then the credits hit, then we meet Nica, and I edited that scene, and that's from an earlier video as well. Then we're going to get to the torture scene. The date will be in the movie, but it's going to come later. So in the torture scene, he comes home, Andy gets a beer, he opens up the safe that holds Chucky, he takes out the head, he talks to him a little bit, and then he begins the torture process. And then after that, it hits the credits. Now, in my version, it's pretty much the same. Differences are, first of all, there is a scene later in the film where Andy takes a Chucky doll out of the closet. The Chucky doll he's going to end up mailing to the psychiatric hospital. That whole plan was idiotic. That plan is going to be gone from this film. However, I'm going to keep that scene where he takes the Chucky out of the closet, and I inserted it into this scene early in the torture scene because I want to establish that Andy owns another Chucky doll. He owns a regular old good guys doll. Why does he own this doll? Maybe because it helps him realize, hey, these dolls are not alive. I don't know, whatever. He owns one. It's in the film, he owns one. I don't know why he owns one, but it's going to be important that he owns one in my cut because that's the doll that Chucky's going to later get into. And so it's very important to have that establishing shot. But other than that, later on, when he begins the torture or starts to torture Chucky, Chucky makes a few jokes about his date. He says, "What about Rachel?" And actually, the date hasn't happened yet. So I wanted to change those lines. And anyway, he's about to get tortured, and it doesn't, he's not that worried about it. He's making jokes and laughing, which is, that's Chucky. It's not that it's bad, but I didn't think the joke was like super funny. So instead, I took that out. I found some other lines that Chucky had said in the film that I'm going to cut those scenes anyway. And he says like, "What's going on? What's happening?" He's kind of worried. He realizes something's going down. I also added some new music to that to kind of build the tension when he's about to get tortured. And then after this scene, instead of hitting the credits, I segue into a scene where Nica is in, she gets transferred, she's in a new hospital, and she's looking out the window of a van, and this time with this music on top we see Nica and a look on her face looking out the window. I think it just has more weight to it, and then it segues into the scene where she's going to meet her nurse and everything kind of calms down. Let's compare the two torture scenes. So here's the original torture scene.
You want to play? Let's play.
What about Rachel? Didn't she want to play? Now we'll never know if she's a natural redhead. Face it, Andy. I'm all you got.
Sometimes it's nice just hanging out on a Friday night. With your best friend.
Fuck you!
Okay, and now I've taken away the jokes about Rachel, and I've added some new music, and I've added a segue into the scene of Nica in the van. So let's take a look at that, how I did it.
You want to play? Let's play.
Wait! What are you doing? What's going on?
Sometimes it's nice just hanging out on a Friday night with your best friend.
Fuck you!
Movie's going full steam ahead, and it's just I'm trying to keep everything kind of cut down and really intense as possible. So you can see those changes there. Hopefully that definitely will actually make the movie, this scene, a little more condensed, a little more to the point with that strong music, maybe even a little better. And we removed the lines about Rachel because he has not gone on his date yet. And we have a nice segue into where she meets, where Nica meets her nurse, Carlos. So very cool. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So thanks for joining me. More changes coming soon. We got a new Cult of Chucky fan edit I'm working on. Please subscribe. I only have a couple subscribers. It'd be great if we can get some followers. If you're a Chucky fan, feel free to put some comments down below, any suggestions or anything like that. Would love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Bye.